room when we were sleeping in the bedroom, and then they took them in the set change, and I never saw them again. So I didn't have glasses for about a year.
A year?
These are the glasses I had after
I
that
couldn't
test
do that,
house.
dude.
These are the glasses I had after the test house.
Really?
And I got January, February, March, April this year.
Huh.
I went a year without them.
That's mad.
Yeah.
So you came in at the test house in January, yeah?
No, last year.
May.
On the May, yeah.
Last year. May 20th, came out May 25th.
And now you're finally here.
Indeed I am. Indeed I am.
Look at a tidy Leatherman in there.
Oh, it was really nice.
A bit of money's worth.
I wanted to take it with me.
America's a place to go for your Leathermans,
Yeah.
dude. For about $80 half price.
But
I was thinking of bringing a load home with me.
Get him in the UK.
That's it. Good
Just
knife,
for a
yeah.
screwdriver.
Well, it's like
Knives.
a multi-tool. You know,
Yeah.
it comes out
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
It's plied.
Yeah.
But it had the tiny little.
It's like a really good Swiss Army knife.
And they
A
all
mid
look
one.
out. All of them look out. All of them go. Oh, it was nice. It was blatantly a cameraman's.
Were they talking to you while he was in there?
No, I was going nuts. Afterwards, and then he said, "If you fix your glass," I said, "Yeah, it's good. Thanks for that." And then they started asking me about what my relationships are like in the house.
Again, they ask you loads of that
Yeah.
stuff.
What I think's gonna happen with Josie. No, not that. They asked me what I feel about Josie being chosen, and who I think's most desperate to be in the final.
Most desperate.
Yeah.
That was an unusual one. But obviously you've just come in and there's been people here a long time.
Yeah.
That's a difficult
If
thing,
I was
isn't
here
it?
from the beginning, then it might be a different situation.
So if we all had to choose someone to get in the final, you would probably be bottom of the pecking order.
Yeah.
Not because of your personality or anything, but just because
Yeah,
he's
you've all
been
got-
here 10 weeks, Steve, you have as well, but it's like you just got a crap deal, didn't you?
Yeah. Especially with the amount of time they put me in and so close to
know,
the end.
I know, it's sad really.
Strange.
Did you know he was going to finish in 11 weeks?
I knew that this extreme or whatever they call it, Ultimate Big Brother would be starting 2 weeks. They'd cut this down by 2 weeks and add that on, but I didn't realise 2 weeks was in 10 days.
Yeah.
I just didn't click on my head. The same with Andrew, I don't think he really clocked on to how soon it actually was.
Yeah.
But
You got in here at a good time, really. You would have been, if you could have got in here when Andrew got in here, I think you'd have been alright, you know?
yeah, Andrew's sorted.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
But I think I'm glad that like there's this 11-day thing, because at least kind of I'm right near the end, and it's normally the kind of, you know, I'm not going to be one of these people that come in at the beginning, they're gone and they could be forgotten.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't think
You're-
think you'll be forgotten, Sam.
No, far from it. How many people do you think they'll have in the final, Sam?
I think 5.
Yeah. I think
And when do you,
Everyone's
when do you
saying
think that'll be?
smaller, but
Do you reckon they'll give it a week?
but you know what they're like. They might, you know, there might be loads of us. None of us might go. Well, Josie's.
Yeah, but that would have been a bit
Yeah.
crazy, really, wouldn't it?
I mean, like. There could be only a couple that go.
Between now and like Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then they could start voting people out like Friday. Perhaps 2 will go on Friday. And then there'd be 5 down for the last few days. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go for a shit, and then I'm gonna go to bed. In that particular order.
you imagine if he'd come in here on day one?
Oh, dude. I would have needed more grace, I think.
Pardon?
I think I'd have needed more grace.
Would you
Our
have ever...
Lord would have had to been way more generous to me in the grace, and the kindness, the mercy.
Here's a question, because they're both exactly the same age, him and Jovan. Would you have rather had Sam come in or Jovan come in, if you could have given that spot to either one of them on...
Oh, Sam, definitely. Me and Jovan would never ever have connected. He'd already made his mind up regarding me, and he was going to make my life a misery the whole time I was here. He was horrible to me. Do you know what he did the one day? You know when we did those little picture things where we got to hold one up when you was the mole and whatever? Dude, that must have been on day, what, 3? 2, 3?
It was on... It was on Saturday.
So we came in on the Friday. That was on the Saturday, yeah? That
Yeah.
picture thing.
Yeah.
He, when it was finished, he took like John James's picture, Josie's picture, Rachel's picture, Shabby's picture, like 5 or 6 of them, and said, on these year, he just pushed them, and my one ended up on the floor. So basically he had a pile that he felt, I'm going to take these in the room with me, these are my friends, a pile he left on the podium, and one which was mine, which was on the floor by the base of his thing. And that to me showed me the sort of person that he was. And I know, like, you know, like Josie and John really liked him and whatever, you know, and they thought he was a fun guy, and they, you know, like John said, he can't believe how he was booed. I can. I saw what he did.
Yeah.
I saw how he was. And like, you know, that week when he was up, I thought, man, either like, if the public keep him in after the way he's been, because I knew certain things were going to be shown on the outside, I said, if the public keep him in, and Ben or someone leaves, I don't even want to be here, because I don't want to be in on that environment. That's how I felt personally. And it was nothing against him. I wanted to get on with him, but it was almost like he just had this vendetta, and he didn't even try and understand me. He didn't even try and get on with me. It was like 4 or 5 different incidences. It was the incidents with Sunshine. There was the incident with me that came off the back of the Sunshine thing. It was the incident with you. And then there was the incident where he went out and grabbed Shabby and started saying stuff to Shabby about what was being said in the bathroom. Like, if they'd have shown the 4 of them things, it's no surprise that he got booed and heckled the way he did when he went out. You know?
That was... Yeah. I sometimes think of Jovan as my one big regret in this house, because I really... Our friendship never really got going, because I was... But then when he deliberately caused that huge fight between Shabby and Ben, that kind of really nailed the nail in the coffin for me.
Yeah.
We're just talking about week 2.
Yeah. I think, you know, I tried to do all I could to get on with Jovan. It was never going to happen. It was always going to be a nightmare situation. And, yeah, I think I saw a side of him that maybe some other people didn't see. So some people were like warming to him and thought he was the best thing since sliced bread. I saw this other side of him as well that could be quite malicious.
Yeah, that's what I saw of him just in 4 days of lockdown.
Well,
He weren't even in my group.
Some of the people in here thought he was the best thing since sliced bread. You know when he got booed to death out there? People were in here crying and like, why did they do that to such a nice guy? Dude, I'd seen 4 or 5 incidences that, as far as I was concerned, were horrendous.
That's what he was
really
like.
bad, dude.
Yeah, it was like that with me.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Oh, what did he do to you?
Oh, well, this girl came up. You can fuck off now, but it was like, you know, it was just, we were joking around.
Yeah.
And he walked past and obviously heard just that, and then he started getting all fucking wound up about it. So...
He just came in on the back end of it. Like.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
He stirred a lot of stuff up here, dude.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And I think if he would have stayed, he would have gained in, like, you know, he would have gained in confidence, and I think he would have made people's life a nightmare. If he'd have stayed in the second week, I would have walked out on the Saturday, without no shadow of a doubt. So I had the most horrendous 2 weeks. I found it really difficult, and the result of it, and most of it was coming from him. 95% of it was coming from him.